For seniors aged 50 to 80, the way you start your day can either set you up for vitality or silently accelerate the aging process. Your morning routine is more than just a sequence of habits, it's a critical window that shapes your physical health, mental clarity, and emotional well-being. Unfortunately, many common morning habits are secretly sabotaging your body and mind, making you feel older, weaker, and more tired than you should. These mistakes, often disguised as harmless routines, compound over time, stealing your strength, mobility, and joy. In this detailed exploration, we'll uncover the most dangerous morning habits that are aging you faster and explain why they're so harmful, setting the stage for the simple, life-changing solutions you'll discover in later sections. By understanding these pitfalls, you'll be empowered to take control of your mornings and, ultimately, your aging process. The first hour of your day is a golden opportunity to nourish your body, sharpen your mind, and set a positive tone for the hours ahead. For older adults, this time is especially critical because aging naturally brings challenges like muscle loss, joint stiffness, and slower metabolism. A well-designed morning routine can counteract these effects, helping you stay strong, mobile, and mentally alert. Conversely, a poorly structured routine, or one filled with harmful habits, can exacerbate the aging process, making you feel frail, fatigued, and disconnected. Think of your morning as the foundation of a house. If the foundation is weak, the entire structure suffers. Similarly, morning mistakes weaken the foundation of your health, leading to a cascade of negative effects throughout the day and over the years. The good news is that even small changes to your routine can yield dramatic results, but first, you need to recognize the habits that are holding you back. Mistake 1: skipping breakfast or eating the wrong foods. One of the most common morning mistakes is neglecting breakfast or choosing foods that harm rather than help your body. Many seniors either skip breakfast entirely, thinking it saves calories, or reach for convenient but unhealthy options like sugary cereals, pastries, or white toast with jam. These choices are aging you faster than you realize. Why skipping breakfast hurts? Your body has been fasting overnight, and breakfast is your chance to refuel. Skipping it leaves your muscles and brain starved for energy, leading to fatigue, irritability, and poor focus. For older adults, this is especially dangerous because muscle preservation is critical to maintaining strength and preventing falls. Without adequate morning nutrition, your body may break down muscle tissue for energy, accelerating sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. Studies show that seniors who skip breakfast are at higher risk for muscle weakness, weight gain, and even cognitive decline. Moreover, skipping breakfast disrupts your metabolism. Your body goes into starvation mode, slowing calorie burning and increasing fat storage. This can lead to weight gain, which strains joints, raises blood pressure, and increases the risk of heart disease, a leading cause of death for those over 50. The emotional toll is just as severe. Feeling sluggish and hungry can make you cranky, less motivated, and more likely to overeat later in the day. The dangers of sugary breakfasts. If you do eat breakfast but opt for sugary or processed foods, you're setting yourself up for a different kind of trouble. Sugary cereals, donuts, or even seemingly healthy options like flavored yogurt are loaded with refined sugars and empty calories. These foods cause a rapid spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash that leaves you tired and hungry again within hours. Over time, these blood sugar swings contribute to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes, which is a major concern for seniors. Sugary breakfasts also trigger inflammation, a silent driver of aging. Chronic inflammation damages cells, weakens blood vessels, and accelerates conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and Alzheimer's. A 2018 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that diets high in refined sugars were linked to faster cognitive decline in older adults. By starting your day with these foods, you're not just hurting your energy levels, you're speeding up the aging of your brain and body. The emotional and social impact. Beyond the physical effects, poor breakfast habits can affect your mood and relationships. Feeling tired and irritable from hunger or a sugar crash makes it harder to enjoy time with family or friends. You might snap at your spouse, avoid social activities, or feel too drained to engage with your grandkids. Over time, this can contribute to feelings of isolation, a major risk factor for depression in seniors. Mistake 2: rushing out of bed without warming up. Another common morning mistake is jumping out of bed and diving into your day without preparing your body. After a night of rest, your muscles and joints are stiff, and your circulation is sluggish. For seniors, this stiffness is more pronounced due to age-related changes like reduced collagen in connective tissues and decreased synovial fluid in joints. Rushing into activity, whether it's hurrying to the bathroom, bending to tie shoes, or carrying laundry, puts you at risk for injury and accelerates wear and tear on your body. The risk of falls and injuries. One of the biggest dangers of skipping a morning warm-up is the increased risk of falls. Falls are a leading cause of injury among seniors, with the CDC reporting that over 3 million older adults visit emergency rooms annually due to fall-related injuries. Morning stiffness makes you less steady on your feet, especially if you're moving quickly or navigating uneven surfaces like stairs. A simple misstep can lead to a sprain, fracture, or even a life-altering injury like a hip fracture, which often marks the beginning of declining independence. Even if you don't fall, sudden movements without warming up strain your muscles and joints. This can worsen conditions like arthritis, causing pain and inflammation that make daily tasks harder. Over time, repeated strain contributes to joint degeneration, reducing your mobility and making you feel older than you are. The impact on circulation and energy. Rushing out of bed also neglects your cardiovascular system. After hours of lying down, your blood flow is slower, and your heart needs gentle stimulation to ramp up. Moving too quickly can cause dizziness or lightheadedness, especially if you're on medications for blood pressure or heart conditions. A lack of morning movement also means missed opportunities to boost circulation, which delivers oxygen and nutrients to your muscles and brain. Poor circulation contributes to fatigue, brain fog, and even heart strain, all of which age you faster. The psychological toll. Starting your day in a rush sets a frantic tone that lingers. You might feel overwhelmed, anxious, or out of control, which elevates stress hormones like cortisol. Chronic cortisol exposure is a known aging accelerator, as it breaks down muscle, weakens bones, and impairs immune function. For seniors, this stress can also exacerbate feelings of vulnerability, making you worry more about your health or ability to keep up with daily demands. Mistake 3: starting your day with stress. Many seniors begin their mornings with habits that unknowingly flood their bodies with stress. Checking your phone first thing, whether it's scrolling through news, social media, or emails, exposes you to negative headlines, arguments, or urgent tasks that spike anxiety. Similarly, mentally running through a packed to-do list or worrying about health, finances, or family issues sets a stressful tone. These habits may seem minor, but they have profound effects on your aging process. The biology of stress and aging. Stress triggers the release of cortisol and adrenaline, hormones designed for short-term, fight-or-flight, responses. In small doses, they're harmless, but chronic stress keeps these hormones elevated, wreaking havoc on your body. Cortisol breaks down muscle tissue, making you weaker and more prone to falls. It also weakens collagen in your skin, leading to wrinkles and sagging. Over time, high cortisol levels damage the hippocampus, a brain region critical for memory, increasing the risk of cognitive decline. Stress also suppresses your immune system, making you more susceptible to infections and slowing recovery from injuries. A 2020 study in Nature Reviews Immunology found that chronic stress in older adults accelerates immune aging, leaving you vulnerable to diseases like pneumonia or shingles. Additionally, stress raises blood pressure and heart rate, straining your cardiovascular system and increasing the risk of heart attack or stroke. The emotional and social consequences. Starting your day stressed doesn't just hurt your body, it dims your emotional light. You might feel irritable, withdrawn, or unmotivated, which strains relationships with loved ones. For example, Snapping at your partner over breakfast or avoiding a friend's call because you're overwhelmed can create distance over time. Loneliness, a major issue for seniors, is often fueled by these small, stress-driven moments that chip away at connection. Stress also robs you of joy. When you're anxious or preoccupied, it's harder to appreciate simple pleasures like a warm cup of coffee, a sunrise, or a chat with a neighbor. Over time, this can lead to a sense of disconnection from life, increasing the risk of depression, a condition that affects nearly 7 million older adults in the U.S., according to the National Institute of Mental Health. Mistake 4. Neglecting hydration. Another overlooked morning mistake is failing to hydrate properly. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated, and your cells are craving water to function optimally. Many seniors either forget to drink water in the morning or reach for coffee or juice instead, thinking these are sufficient. However, dehydration, even mild, has serious consequences for aging. Why dehydration ages you? Water is essential for every bodily process, from digestion to temperature regulation. In older adults, dehydration is especially dangerous because the body's thirst mechanism weakens with age, meaning you may not feel thirsty even when you're dehydrated. Morning dehydration impairs muscle function, making you feel weak and unsteady. It also thickens your blood, straining your heart and increasing the risk of clots or strokes. Dehydration also affects your brain. Even mild dehydration can cause brain fog, poor concentration, and mood swings, mimicking early signs of dementia. A 2019 study in The Lancet found that chronic dehydration in seniors is linked to faster cognitive decline. Additionally, dehydration dries out your skin, exacerbating wrinkles and making you look older than you are. The kidney connection. Your kidneys, which filter waste and regulate fluid balance, rely on adequate hydration to function. Morning dehydration puts extra stress on these organs, increasing the risk of kidney stones or urinary tract infections, both common in seniors. Over time, chronic dehydration can contribute to kidney damage, a serious concern given that kidney function naturally declines with age. The energy drain. Starting your day dehydrated saps your energy, making you feel sluggish and unmotivated. This can discourage you from staying active, which is critical for maintaining muscle, bone, and heart health. Low energy also affects your mood, making you less likely to engage socially or tackle daily tasks, further accelerating the sense of aging. Mistake 5. Ignoring your mental warm-up. Finally, many seniors overlook the importance of a mental warm-up in the morning. Just as your body needs stretching, your brain needs gentle stimulation to prepare for the day. Instead of engaging in calming or focusing activities, many dive into mentally taxing tasks, like balancing a checkbook or reading alarming news, without warming up their minds. This can lead to mental fatigue, stress, and a sense of being overwhelmed. Why your brain needs a warm-up. Aging affects cognitive function, with slower processing speeds and reduced working memory. A morning mental warm-up, like journaling or light reading, primes your brain for the day, improving focus and resilience. Without it, you're more likely to feel scattered or forgetful, which can fuel anxiety about cognitive decline. The emotional cost. Skipping a mental warm-up also misses a chance to set a positive emotional tone. For example, starting with gratitude or mindfulness can reduce anxiety and boost happiness, while jumping into stressful tasks amplifies worry. Over time, this contributes to emotional exhaustion, making it harder to cope with the challenges of aging. The cumulative impact of morning mistakes. Each of these mistakes, skipping breakfast, rushing out of bed, starting with stress, neglecting hydration, and ignoring mental warm-up, may seem small, but together, they create a perfect storm of aging. Physically, they weaken your muscles, strain your heart, and damage your joints. Mentally, they cloud your thinking and dampen your mood. Emotionally, they fuel isolation and rob you of joy. Over weeks, months, and years, these habits compound, making you feel older, frilier, and less capable than you truly are. But here's the good news: you have the power to change. By replacing these harmful habits with intentional, health-boosting ones, you can slow aging, boost energy, and reclaim your vitality. In the next sections, we'll introduce 3 simple morning habits that take just 10 minutes but deliver transformative results. For now, take a moment to reflect: which of these mistakes are you making, and how might they be holding you back? The first step to a younger, stronger you is recognizing the problem, and you've already taken it. As you enter your 50s, 60s, or beyond, the aging process brings a cascade of changes that can feel both subtle and overwhelming. For many seniors aged 50 to 80 in the US, these years are marked by a growing awareness of physical limitations, mental shifts, and emotional challenges. The morning routine, as explored in Part 1, plays a pivotal role in either accelerating or mitigating these changes. However, the deeper issue driving the need for change is fear, specifically, the fear of losing your youth, vitality, and independence. This fear is universal among older adults, rooted in the physical, mental, and social realities of aging, and it shapes how you approach each day. In this detailed exploration, we'll unpack the profound anxiety surrounding aging, why they're so powerful, and how your morning routine can become a weapon to combat them. By understanding these fears, you'll see why simple morning habits, introduced in later sections, are not just helpful but essential for living longer, stronger, and happier. The universal fear of aging. Aging is a natural part of life, but for many, it comes with a gnawing sense of dread. This isn't just about vanity or wanting to look young, it's about the deeper fear of losing the ability to live life on your terms. For seniors, the prospect of declining health, diminishing strength, and fading mental sharpness can feel like a slow erosion of who you are. These fears are amplified by the stories you hear: a friend who fell and broke a hip, a neighbor struggling with memory loss, or a family member who can no longer live alone. Each story reinforces the worry that you, too, might lose the freedom to move, think, and connect as you once did. This fear is particularly acute for those aged 50 to 80, a group spanning the young-old, who are still active but noticing changes, to the old-old, who may already face significant limitations. According to a 2021 AARP survey, 78% of Americans over 50 worry about losing their independence, with concerns ranging from physical mobility to financial security. These anxieties aren't abstract, they're grounded in the real, tangible changes you experience daily, and they're magnified by the routines you follow, especially in the morning. Physical fears: the body's betrayal. One of the most immediate and visceral fears of aging is the decline of physical health. Your body, once a reliable ally, begins to feel less cooperative. You notice it in small ways at first: a twinge in your knee when you climb stairs, a longer recovery time after a walk, or a struggle to open a jar. These moments spark a deeper worry: what if this is just the beginning? What if you can no longer walk to the park, carry groceries, or get out of a chair without help? Muscle loss and weakness. A primary concern is the loss of muscle strength, a condition known as sarcopenia. Starting in your 40s, you lose about 1 to 2% of muscle mass per year, and this accelerates after 60. Weaker muscles mean more than just reduced strength, they increase your risk of falls, a leading cause of injury for seniors. The CDC reports that 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls each year, often leading to fractures, hospitalizations, or a permanent loss of mobility. The fear of falling is so pervasive that many seniors limit their activities, which ironically accelerates muscle loss and isolation. Your morning routine can either exacerbate or alleviate this fear. As discussed in Part 1, habits like skipping breakfast deprive your muscles of protein, hastening sarcopenia. Rushing out of bed without stretching stiffens your joints, making falls more likely. These mistakes compound the fear that your body is slipping out of your control, leaving you vulnerable and dependent. Joint pain and mobility issues. Joint pain is another physical fear that looms large. Arthritis, affecting over 50 million U.S. adults, causes stiffness and discomfort that make daily tasks like dressing or gardening painful. The worry isn't just about pain, it's about losing the ability to move freely. You might fear the day you can't kneel to play with your grandkids or walk to the mailbox without wincing. This fear is particularly acute in the morning, when joints are stiffest after a night of inactivity. A routine that ignores this stiffness, as many do, heightens the sense that your mobility is slipping away. Heart and organ health. The fear of declining organ health, particularly your heart, is another major concern. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death for Americans over 50, and the risk grows with age. You might worry about shortness of breath, chest pain, or the silent threat of high blood pressure. Poor morning habits, like eating sugary breakfasts or starting with stress, elevate blood sugar and cortisol, straining your heart over time. Similarly, neglecting hydration stresses your kidneys, which lose efficiency with age. The fear of organ failure, or the medications and restrictions that come with it, can feel like a ticking clock. Fatigue and low energy. Perhaps the most insidious physical fear is the loss of energy. You remember the days when you could tackle a full day of work, errands, and hobbies without a second thought. Now, you might feel tired by noon, even after a full night's sleep. This fatigue fuels the worry that you're slowing down for good, unable to keep up with life's demands. Poor morning habits, like dehydration or skipping nutrient-rich foods, sap your energy further, reinforcing the fear that your vitality is gone forever. Mental fears, the mind's fragility. Beyond physical decline, the fear of losing mental sharpness is a profound concern for seniors. Your mind is your sense of self, your memories, your wit, your ability to solve problems. The thought of it slipping away is terrifying, especially in a society where cognitive decline is often stigmatized. Memory loss and cognitive decline. The fear of memory loss is nearly universal. Forgetting a name, misplacing keys, or struggling to recall a word can spark panic. Is this normal aging, or the start of dementia? Alzheimer's disease, which affects over 6 million Americans, looms large in these fears. A 2020 Alzheimer's Association survey found that 60% of adults over 50 fear developing dementia more than any other health condition. Morning habits that neglect mental stimulation, like diving into stressful tasks without a warm-up, can exacerbate brain fog, making these fears feel more real. Mental fatigue and focus. Even if dementia isn't a concern, mental fatigue and reduced focus can make you feel less capable. You might struggle to concentrate on a book, follow a conversation, or plan your day. This can lead to self-doubt, as you worry you're losing your edge. Morning routines that start with stress or poor nutrition impair cognitive function, feeding the fear that your mind is no longer reliable. Emotional vulnerability. Mental fears also extend to emotional health. Aging often brings life changes, retirement, empty nesting, or the loss of loved ones, that can leave you feeling purposeless or lonely. The fear of depression or anxiety is real, especially when morning habits like scrolling through negative news amplify stress. Loneliness, affecting over 40% of seniors according to a 2018 University of Michigan study, compounds these fears, making you worry you'll spend your later years disconnected and unhappy. Social fears, the loss of connection. Aging doesn't just affect your body and mind, it reshapes your social world. The fear of losing connection with family, friends, or community is a powerful driver of anxiety for seniors. You might worry about becoming a burden, drifting apart from loved ones, or being left behind as peers pass away or move away. Family relationships. One of the deepest fears is growing distant from family. You might worry that your children are too busy to visit, or that your grandkids won't know you as they grow up. Physical limitations, like difficulty traveling, or mental fatigue, like struggling to keep up with conversations, can make these fears feel inevitable. A morning routine that leaves you tired or stressed reduces your energy for family time, reinforcing the sense of disconnection. Social isolation. The fear of isolation is equally pressing. Retirement, mobility issues, or health concerns can shrink your social circle. You might dread the day you no longer attend book clubs, church groups, or neighborhood gatherings. Morning habits that sap your energy or mood make it harder to stay engaged, feeding the fear that you'll end up alone. Loneliness isn't just emotionally painful, it's a health risk, linked to higher rates of heart disease, depression, and mortality. Being a burden. Many seniors also fear becoming a burden to others. The thought of needing help with daily tasks, dressing, bathing, or driving, can be humiliating. This fear is particularly strong for those who value their independence, as it threatens your sense of identity. Poor morning habits that weaken your body or mind make this fear more tangible, as you notice small struggles that hint at future dependence. The emotional weight of these fears. These physical, mental, and social fears don't exist in isolation, they intertwine to create a heavy emotional burden. Each ache, forgotten name, or missed family event feels like a step closer to losing the life you love. This anxiety can manifest as restlessness, irritability, or a vague sense of unease, making it harder to enjoy the present. For some, it leads to avoidance, skipping doctor's visits, ignoring symptoms, or withdrawing from activities, out of fear of confirming their worst suspicions. The morning is a critical time for addressing these fears. It's when you're most vulnerable, as your body and mind are still waking up. A routine that ignores your needs, through poor nutrition, stress, or inactivity, amplifies these anxieties, making you feel powerless. Conversely, a thoughtful morning routine can empower you, proving that you have control over how you age. Why your morning routine matters. The fears of losing youth and independence are rooted in real changes, but they're not inevitable. Your morning routine is a daily opportunity to fight back. As Part 1 highlighted, habits like skipping breakfast, rushing without warming up, or starting with stress accelerate aging by weakening your body and mind. These mistakes don't just harm you in the moment, they feed the fears explored here, making you feel closer to the decline you dread. For example, skipping breakfast hastens muscle loss, making falls and frailty feel imminent. Rushing out of bed stiffens joints, heightening the fear of mobility loss. Starting with stress clouds your mind, amplifying worries about memory or mood. These habits create a vicious cycle, they worsen your health, which intensifies your fears, which makes you less motivated to change. The good news is that this cycle can be broken. By replacing harmful habits with intentional ones, you can slow aging, boost confidence, and reclaim control. The 3 habits introduced in later sections, gentle stretching, a protein-packed breakfast, and gratitude, directly address the fears of physical decline, mental fog, and emotional disconnection. They're simple, taking just 10 minutes, but their impact is profound. Real-life stakes, stories of fear and hope. To illustrate the stakes, consider 2 seniors. Joan, 67, starts her day with coffee and a donut, rushes to errands without stretching, and checks her phone for news, feeling stressed. Over time, she notices more fatigue, joint pain, and anxiety about her health. She fears she'll need a walker soon and worries her kids will have to care for her. Her morning routine is fueling her fears, making aging feel like a downward spiral. Contrast this with Tom, 70, who faced similar fears but changed his mornings. He starts with a 5-minute stretch, eats a protein-rich breakfast, and spends 2 minutes reflecting on things he's grateful for. These habits have strengthened his muscles, sharpened his focus, and lifted his mood. He walks confidently, engages with his grandkids, and feels in control of his aging. His fears haven't vanished, but they no longer define him. Taking control starts now. The fear of losing your youth and independence is real, but it doesn't have to control you. Your morning routine is the key to fighting back. By understanding how physical decline, mental fog, and social disconnection fuel these fears, you're ready to make changes that matter. The habits in parts 3, 4, and 5, stretching, eating protein, and practicing gratitude, are designed to address these fears head-on, giving you the strength, clarity, and joy to live life fully. You're not powerless against aging. Start tomorrow morning, and take the first step toward a younger, stronger, more independent you. For seniors aged 50 to 80, the morning is a critical time to set the tone for a vibrant, active day. As explored in parts 1 and 2, common morning mistakes like rushing out of bed without warming up can accelerate aging, fuel fears of physical decline, and increase the risk of injury. The first step to breaking this cycle is adopting a simple yet powerful habit: starting your day with a gentle stretch. This 5-minute routine can rejuvenate your body, boost mobility, and restore confidence in your physical abilities. In this detailed exploration, we'll dive into why stretching is essential for older adults, how it counters the fears of aging, and how to implement a safe, effective routine tailored to your needs. Backed by science and real-life stories, this habit will empower you to move better, feel younger, and reclaim control over your body. Why stretching matters for seniors. As you age, your body undergoes changes that make movement more challenging. Muscles lose elasticity, joints stiffen, and connective tissues like tendons and ligaments become less flexible. These changes, compounded by conditions like arthritis or sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, can make mornings feel like a battle against stiffness and pain. For many seniors, the simple act of getting out of bed or walking to the kitchen feels daunting, feeding the fear of losing mobility and independence discussed in Part 2. Stretching is a powerful antidote to these challenges. It's a low-impact, accessible way to maintain flexibility, improve circulation, and strengthen the muscles that support your joints. Unlike high-intensity exercise, stretching is gentle enough for nearly everyone, regardless of fitness level or health conditions. By incorporating a 5-minute stretch into your morning routine, you can counteract the physical effects of aging, reduce injury risk, and boost your energy for the day ahead. The science behind stretching. Stretching works by lengthening muscles and tendons, which improves their elasticity and range of motion. This is critical for seniors, as reduced flexibility increases the risk of strains, sprains, and falls. A 2019 study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that regular stretching improved mobility and balance in older adults, reducing fall risk by 20%. Stretching also stimulates blood flow, delivering oxygen and nutrients to muscles and joints, which reduces stiffness and promotes healing. Beyond physical benefits, stretching has a neurological impact. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation and reduces stress hormones like cortisol. High cortisol levels, as noted in Part 1, accelerate aging by breaking down muscle and weakening immunity. A morning stretch counters this, calming your body and mind while preparing you for the day. Addressing the fears of aging. The fears of losing strength, mobility, and independence, Part 2, are directly tied to physical limitations. Stretching addresses these fears by preserving mobility. Flexible joints and muscles make daily tasks like walking, bending, or climbing stairs easier, reducing the worry of becoming immobile. Preventing falls. Improved balance and coordination from stretching lower the risk of falls, a major concern for seniors. Reducing pain. Stretching eases joint stiffness and muscle tension, alleviating arthritis pain and boosting confidence in your body. Boosting energy. Enhanced circulation from stretching combats morning fatigue, countering the fear of slowing down. By starting your day with a stretch, you're not just caring for your body, you're actively fighting the anxieties that come with aging. The dangers of skipping a morning stretch. To understand why stretching is non-negotiable, consider what happens when you skip it. After a night of sleep, your muscles and joints are at their stiffest. Blood flow is sluggish, and synovial fluid, which lubricates joints, is less abundant. Moving abruptly, whether it's hurrying to the bathroom or bending to pick up a newspaper, strains these stiff tissues, increasing the risk of injury. For seniors, this can lead to pulled muscles, inflamed joints, or worse, a fall that changes your life. The fall risk. Falls are a leading cause of injury among older adults, with the CDC reporting over 3 million emergency room visits annually for fall-related injuries. Morning stiffness exacerbates this risk, as tight muscles and joints impair balance and coordination. A simple misstep, like tripping over a rug, can lead to a fracture or head injury, often marking the start of declining independence. The fear of falling is so pervasive that many seniors limit their activities, which accelerates muscle loss and isolation. Joint and muscle damage. Skipping a stretch also contributes to long-term damage. Tight muscles pull on joints, increasing wear and tear that worsens arthritis or tendinitis. Over time, this reduces your range of motion, making it harder to perform tasks like reaching for a shelf or tying shoes. The resulting pain and limitation feed the fear that your body is failing you, reinforcing the cycle of anxiety and inactivity. Missed energy and mood benefits. Stretching isn't just about physical health, it's a mood and energy booster. Without it, you miss the chance to stimulate endorphins, the feel-good hormones that combat stress and fatigue. Morning stiffness can leave you feeling sluggish, making it harder to tackle daily tasks or enjoy social activities. This feeds the emotional fears of disconnection and low vitality, as you withdraw from life to conserve energy. Designing your 5-minute morning stretch routine. The beauty of a morning stretch is its simplicity. You don't need equipment, a gym, or advanced fitness skills, just a few minutes and a commitment to your health. The routine below is designed for seniors, focusing on safety, accessibility, and effectiveness. It targets key areas, shoulders, back, hips, and legs, that are prone to stiffness and critical for mobility. If you have health conditions like arthritis or recent injuries, consult your doctor before starting, but most seniors can adapt this routine to their needs. Guidelines for safe stretching. Before diving into the routine, follow these principles to ensure safety and maximize benefits. Move slowly, stretch gently, avoiding jerky movements that could strain muscles or joints. Don't overstretch, stretch to the point of mild tension, not pain. If it hurts, ease back. Breathe deeply, inhale deeply through your nose and exhale through your mouth to relax your body and enhance oxygen flow. Use support. If balance is a concern, perform stretches seated or near a sturdy chair or wall. Stay consistent, do this routine daily for best results, ideally right after waking or after a warm shower to loosen muscles. The 5-minute morning stretch routine. This routine takes 5 minutes and can be done seated or standing, depending on your mobility. Each stretch is held for 15 to 20 seconds, with brief rests between. Adjust the duration or intensity to suit your comfort level. Purpose: loosens shoulder joints, reduces upper body tension, and improves posture. How to do it? Sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight and feet flat on the floor. Relax your arms at your sides. Slowly roll your shoulders forward in a circular motion for 30 seconds, making big, smooth circles. Reverse the direction, rolling backward for 30 seconds. Breathe deeply and keep your neck relaxed. Benefits: eases shoulder stiffness from sleeping, improves arm mobility for tasks like reaching, and reduces neck tension that contributes to headaches. Tip: if standing, place one hand on a chair for balance. Purpose: increases spinal flexibility, relieves lower back stiffness, and improves core stability. How to do it? Sit tall in your chair, feet flat, and hands resting on your thighs. Inhale, then exhale as you gently twist your upper body to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Place your left hand on your right knee for support. Hold for 15 to 20 seconds, feeling a gentle stretch in your back. Return to center, then repeat on the left side. Alternate for 1 minute. Move slowly to avoid straining your spine. Benefits: enhances spinal mobility for easier turning, e.g., driving or looking behind you, reduces back pain, and supports balance. Tip: if you have back issues, twist only as far as feels comfortable. Purpose: stretches hamstrings and calves, strengthens leg muscles, and improves knee flexibility. How to do it? Sit at the edge of your chair, holding the sides for stability. Extend your right leg straight out, keeping your heel on the floor and toes pointing up. Gently lean forward from your hips, not your back, until you feel a stretch in the back of your thigh. Hold for 15 to 20 seconds. Return to start, then repeat with the left leg. Alternate for 1 minute. Benefits: improves leg flexibility for walking and climbing stairs, strengthens quadriceps to support knees, and reduces fall risk. Tip: if extending your leg is hard, bend your knee slightly. Purpose: enhances ankle mobility, improves circulation, and supports balance. How to do it? Sit tall, lifting your right foot slightly off the floor. Rotate your ankle in a circular motion, making 10 clockwise circles, then 10 counterclockwise. Switch to the left foot and repeat. Alternate for 1 minute. Keep movement smooth and controlled. Benefits: reduces ankle stiffness, improves stability for standing and walking, and prevents swelling from poor circulation. Tip: if seated, rest your hands on your thighs for balance. Purpose: relieves neck tension, improves head mobility, and reduces stress-related headaches. How to do it? Sit or stand with your shoulders relaxed. Slowly tilt your head to the right, bringing your ear toward your shoulder. Hold for 10 seconds, feeling a gentle stretch. Return to center, then tilt to the left. Alternate for 30 seconds. Next, gently roll your head in a half circle from right to left, avoid full circles to protect your spine, for 30 seconds. Benefits: eases neck stiffness from sleeping, improves range of motion for looking up or turning, and promotes relaxation. Tip: stop if you feel dizziness or discomfort. Adapting for limitations. If you have mobility issues, arthritis, or balance concerns, modify the routine. Arthritis: use smaller movements and stretch only to a comfortable range. Warm up with a heating pad first. Balance issues: stay seated and hold the chair or a wall for support. Recent injuries: skip stretches that affect the injured area and consult your doctor. Wheelchair users: focus on upper body stretches, shoulders, torso, neck, and adapt leg stretches by moving one leg at a time with assistance. The benefits of morning stretching. This 5-minute routine delivers immediate and long-term benefits that directly combat the physical and emotional fears of aging. Immediate benefits. Reduced stiffness: stretching loosens tight muscles and joints, making morning movements smoother and less painful. Improved circulation: enhanced blood flow delivers oxygen to muscles and the brain, boosting energy and mental clarity. Better balance: stretching strengthens stabilizing muscles, improving steadiness for daily tasks. Mood boost: the gentle movement releases endorphins, lifting your mood and reducing morning stress. Long-term benefits. Enhanced mobility: regular stretching preserves joint flexibility, making activities like gardening or playing with grandkids easier. Lower fall risk: improved balance and coordination reduce the chance of falls, preserving independence. Pain relief: stretching eases arthritis and muscle tension, reducing reliance on pain medications. Stronger muscles: gentle stretching supports muscle health, countering sarcopenia and maintaining strength. Stress reduction: a calmer nervous system lowers cortisol, slowing aging and protecting immunity. Emotional and social impact. Stretching doesn't just benefit your body, it transforms your outlook. Feeling limber and energized makes you more confident in your physical abilities, reducing fears of frailty or dependence. This confidence spills into your social life, as you're more likely to join friends for a walk, attend a community event, or play with your grandkids. The mood boost from stretching also fosters positivity, making you more engaged and connected with loved ones. Real-life impact: Mary's story. To see the power of this habit, consider Mary, a 68-year-old retiree from Ohio. Mary woke up each morning with aching knees and a stiff back, making it hard to walk her dog or tend her garden. She feared she'd need a cane soon and worried about becoming a burden to her daughter. Her morning routine, rushing out of bed to make coffee, left her feeling sluggish and defeated. After reading about the benefits of stretching, Mary started the 5-minute routine above. At first, she was skeptical, as her arthritis made movement painful. But by starting seated and moving slowly, she found the stretches manageable. Within a week, her morning stiffness eased, and she could walk without limping. After a month, she felt stronger and more balanced, even climbing stairs with less effort. The energy boost motivated her to join a local walking group, where she made new friends. Today, Mary feels 10 years younger, and her fear of losing mobility has faded. Her story shows that a small habit, done consistently, can transform your life. Overcoming barriers to stretching. Despite its benefits, starting a new habit can be challenging. Here's how to overcome common barriers. Lack of time. The routine takes just 5 minutes, less time than brewing coffee. Do it while listening to music or the radio. Pain or discomfort. Start with shorter holds, 10 seconds, and smaller movements. Consult a physical therapist for personalized advice. Lack of motivation. Remind yourself of your why, staying active for your grandkids, traveling, or living independently. Pair stretching with a reward, like a favorite tea. Forgetting. Set a reminder on your phone or place a sticky note by your bed. Link stretching to an existing habit, like brushing your teeth. Why this habit is a game changer. Starting your day with a gentle stretch is more than a physical exercise, it's a declaration of control over your aging process. By addressing the stiffness, pain, and fall risks that fuel fears of physical decline, this 5-minute habit empowers you to move with ease and confidence. It's a small investment with massive returns, stronger muscles, flexible joints, better balance, and a brighter mood. As the first of 3 transformative morning habits, stretching lays the foundation for the nutrition and gratitude practices in parts 4 and 5. Together, these habits will help you live longer, feel younger, and embrace each day with vitality. Tomorrow morning, take 5 minutes to try this routine. Feel your body wake up, your joints loosen, and your energy rise. You're not just stretching your muscles, you're stretching the possibilities of what your later years can be. Take this step, and start reclaiming the strength and independence you deserve. For seniors aged 50 to 80, the morning is a critical opportunity to nourish your body and combat the physical and emotional challenges of aging. As discussed in parts 1 and 2, common morning mistakes like skipping breakfast or eating sugary foods accelerate muscle loss, fatigue, and fears of declining health. Part 3 introduced the first transformative habit, gentle stretching, to rejuvenate your body. Now, we turn to the second essential habit, eating a protein-packed breakfast. This simple change can preserve your strength, boost your energy, and stabilize your mood, directly addressing the fears of losing vitality and independence. In this detailed exploration, we'll uncover why protein is a game-changer for older adults, how it counters the aging process, and how to craft a delicious, practical breakfast routine. Backed by science and real-life stories, this habit will empower you to feel stronger, sharper, and more vibrant every day. Why protein matters for seniors. As you age, your body faces unique nutritional needs that directly impact your health and quality of life. One of the most critical is maintaining muscle mass, which naturally declines due to sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle tissue. Starting in your 40s, you lose 1 to 2% of muscle mass annually, and this accelerates after 60. Weak muscles increase the risk of falls, limit mobility, and threaten independence, fears explored in Part 2. Protein is the building block of muscle, and consuming enough of it, especially in the morning, is essential for preserving strength and vitality. Beyond muscle health, protein supports other aspects of aging. It stabilizes blood sugar, preventing the energy crashes that leave you feeling sluggish. It fuels your metabolism, helping you maintain a healthy weight and avoid the joint strain that comes with excess pounds. Protein also supports brain function, immune health, and tissue repair, all of which decline with age. By making a protein-packed breakfast a daily habit, you're not just feeding your body, you're actively fighting the physical and emotional toll of aging. The science behind protein. Protein is made up of amino acids, which your body uses to repair and build tissues, including muscles, bones, and skin. For seniors, Adequate protein intake is crucial because aging reduces the body's ability to use protein efficiently, a condition called anabolic resistance. This means you need more protein to achieve the same muscle-building effects as when you were younger. A 2018 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily, about 20 to 30 grams per meal, maintained muscle mass and strength better than those with lower intakes. Morning is an ideal time for protein because your body has been fasting overnight, and your muscles are primed to absorb nutrients. Eating protein at breakfast stimulates muscle protein synthesis, the process of rebuilding muscle tissue, which helps counter sarcopenia. It also prevents blood sugar spikes, reducing inflammation that accelerates aging. Additionally, protein promotes satiety, keeping you full longer and reducing cravings for unhealthy snacks that contribute to weight gain and heart disease. Addressing the fears of aging. The fears of losing strength, energy, and independence, Part 2, are deeply tied to physical decline. A protein-packed breakfast addresses these fears by preserving muscle. Adequate protein slows muscle loss, keeping you strong for daily tasks and reducing fall risk. Boosting energy. Stable blood sugar from protein prevents fatigue, countering the fear of slowing down. Supporting heart health. Protein-rich foods like eggs or nuts provide heart-healthy fats, reducing the worry of cardiovascular disease. Enhancing mental clarity. Protein supports brain function, easing fears of memory loss or brain fog. Maintaining weight. Protein helps control appetite and metabolism, reducing the risk of obesity-related joint pain or diabetes. By starting your day with protein, you're taking a proactive step to stay strong, energized, and independent, directly combating the anxieties of aging. The dangers of poor breakfast choices. To understand why a protein-packed breakfast is essential, consider the consequences of common breakfast mistakes outlined in Part 1. Many seniors skip breakfast, thinking it saves calories, or choose sugary, low-nutrient options like cereals, pastries, or toast with jam. These choices harm your body in ways that accelerate aging and amplify fears of decline. Skipping breakfast. Skipping breakfast starves your muscles and brain after an overnight fast. Without protein, your body may break down muscle tissue for energy, hastening sarcopenia and weakening your strength. This increases the risk of falls and frailty, feeding the fear of losing mobility. Skipping breakfast also slows your metabolism, promoting fat storage and weight gain, which strains joints and raises heart disease risk. A 2019 study in the Journal of Gerontology linked skipping breakfast to higher rates of obesity and cognitive decline in older adults. Emotionally, skipping breakfast leaves you tired and irritable, making it harder to enjoy family time or social activities. This can contribute to feelings of isolation, a major risk factor for depression in seniors. The lack of morning nutrition also impairs focus, reinforcing worries about mental sharpness. Sugary or low-protein breakfasts. If you do eat breakfast but choose sugary or low-protein foods, you're setting yourself up for different problems. Sugary cereals, donuts, or flavored yogurts cause rapid blood sugar spikes followed by crashes, leaving you fatigued and hungry within hours. These swings contribute to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes, which affects over 25% of U.S. adults over 65. Chronic inflammation from high-sugar diets also damages cells, accelerating heart disease, arthritis, and cognitive decline. Low-protein breakfasts, like toast or fruit alone, fail to provide the amino acids needed for muscle repair. This accelerates muscle loss, making daily tasks harder and increasing fall risk. These foods also lack satiety, leading to overeating later, which can exacerbate weight gain and related health issues. The emotional toll is significant. Feeling sluggish or hungry can make you less motivated to engage socially, feeding fears of disconnection. Crafting your protein-packed breakfast. The good news is that eating a protein-packed breakfast is simple, delicious, and adaptable to your tastes and lifestyle. The goal is to consume 20 to 30 grams of protein per breakfast, paired with nutrient-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats for balanced nutrition. Below, we'll outline practical guidelines, sample meals, and tips to make this habit sustainable, even if you're busy or have dietary restrictions. Guidelines for a protein-packed breakfast. Follow these principles to create a breakfast that fuels your body and fights aging. Aim for 20 to 30 grams of protein. This amount maximizes muscle protein synthesis. For reference, 1 egg provides 6 grams, a cup of Greek yogurt 20 grams, and 3 ounces of salmon 20 grams. Choose high-quality proteins. Opt for lean meats, eggs, dairy, fish, or plant-based options like tofu or beans. Avoid processed meats, e.g., bacon, high in sodium or saturated fat. Include fiber and healthy fats. Pair protein with fruits, vegetables, whole grains, or nuts to support digestion, heart health, and satiety. Limit sugar and processed carbs. Avoid sugary cereals, pastries, or white bread, which spike blood sugar and lack nutrients. Stay hydrated. Drink water or unsweetened tea alongside your meal to support digestion and energy. Keep it simple. Choose quick, easy recipes to ensure consistency, especially on busy mornings. Sample protein-packed breakfast ideas. These meals deliver 20 to 30 grams of protein, are easy to prepare, and cater to different tastes and dietary needs. Prep times are 5 to 10 minutes, and most ingredients are affordable and widely available. 1. Greek yogurt parfait, 25 grams protein, 10 minutes. Ingredients: 1 cup plain Greek yogurt, 20 g protein, half a cup berries, 2 tablespoons chopped walnuts, 5 g protein, 1 tablespoon chia seeds. Instructions: in a bowl, layer yogurt, berries, and walnuts. Sprinkle chia seeds on top. Optional: drizzle with a teaspoon of honey for sweetness, use sparingly. Benefits: high in protein and antioxidants, supports muscle and heart health, and promotes satiety. Berries boost brain health, reducing cognitive decline risk. Adaptations: use non-dairy yogurt for lactose intolerance or add oats for extra fiber. 2. Veggie omelette with whole grain toast, 22 grams protein, 10 minutes. Ingredients: 3 large eggs, 18 g protein, half a cup chopped spinach, a quarter cup diced tomatoes, 1 slice whole grain toast, 4 g protein, 1 teaspoon olive oil. Instructions: whisk eggs in a bowl. Heat olive oil in a non-stick pan over medium heat. Add spinach and tomatoes, then pour in eggs. Cook 2 to 3 minutes per side until set. Serve with toast. Benefits: eggs provide high-quality protein and choline for brain health. Vegetables add fiber and vitamins, while whole grains stabilize blood sugar. Adaptations: use egg whites for lower cholesterol or add avocado for healthy fats. 3. Smoked salmon and cottage cheese bowl, 28 grams protein, 5 minutes. Ingredients: half a cup low-fat cottage cheese, 14 g protein, 3 ounces smoked salmon, 14 g protein, 1/2 sliced cucumber, 1 tablespoon dill, 1 whole grain cracker. Instructions: scoop cottage cheese into a bowl. Top with salmon, cucumber, and dill. Serve with a cracker for crunch. Benefits: salmon provides omega-3s for heart and brain health, while cottage cheese supports muscle repair. Cucumbers add hydration and fiber. Adaptations: swap salmon for canned tuna or use plant-based protein like hummus for a vegan option. 4. Protein smoothie, 25 grams protein, 5 minutes. Ingredients: 1 scoop vanilla protein powder, 20 g protein, 1 cup unsweetened almond milk, 1/2 banana, 1 tablespoon almond butter, 5 g protein, half a cup spinach. Instructions: blend all ingredients until smooth. Serve immediately. Benefits: quick and portable, ideal for busy mornings. Banana provides potassium for heart health, and spinach adds vitamins for immunity. Adaptations: use soy or pea protein for plant-based diets or add berries for flavor. 5. Tofu scramble with veggies, 20 grams protein, 10 minutes. Ingredients: half a cup crumbled firm tofu, 14 g protein, half a cup diced bell peppers, a quarter cup diced onions, 1 tablespoon nutritional yeast, 6 g protein, 1 teaspoon olive oil, 1 slice whole grain toast. Instructions: heat olive oil in a pan. Sauté peppers and onions for 3 minutes. Add tofu and nutritional yeast, stirring until heated through, 5 minutes. Serve with toast. Benefits: plant-based protein supports muscle and heart health. Nutritional yeast adds B vitamins for energy and brain function. Adaptations: add mushrooms or zucchini for variety or use eggs instead of tofu. Adapting for dietary needs. Low sodium: avoid smoked meats or canned fish, use fresh proteins like eggs or unsalted nuts. Diabetes: pair protein with low glycemic foods, e.g., berries, leafy greens, to stabilize blood sugar. Lactose intolerance: use non-dairy yogurt, cottage cheese alternatives, or plant-based proteins. Budget constraints: choose affordable proteins like eggs, canned tuna, or beans, and buy frozen produce. Chewing/swallowing issues: opt for soft foods like smoothies or scrambled eggs. The benefits of a protein-packed breakfast. This habit delivers immediate and long-term benefits that directly combat the physical, mental, and emotional fears of aging. Immediate benefits. Sustained energy: protein stabilizes blood sugar, preventing crashes and keeping you alert for hours. Muscle support: morning protein stimulates muscle repair, maintaining strength for daily tasks. Improved mood: balanced nutrition reduces irritability, fostering positivity for family and social interactions. Enhanced focus: protein supports brain function, improving concentration and reducing brain fog. Long-term benefits. Slowed muscle loss: regular protein intake counters sarcopenia, preserving strength and mobility. Weight management: protein promotes satiety, reducing overeating and obesity-related health risks. Heart health: nutrient-rich breakfasts lower cholesterol and blood pressure, reducing heart disease risk. Stronger immunity: protein supports tissue repair and immune function, protecting against infections. Better joint health: weight control from protein reduces joint strain, easing arthritis pain. Emotional and social impact. A protein-packed breakfast doesn't just fuel your body, it lifts your spirit. Feeling energized and strong boosts confidence, reducing fears of frailty or dependence. This energy makes you more likely to engage in activities like walking with friends, playing with grandkids, or volunteering, countering the fear of isolation. The mood stability from balanced nutrition also fosters patience and positivity, strengthening relationships with loved ones. Real-life impact: John's story. Consider John, a 72-year-old grandfather from Texas. John used to start his day with sugary cereal or skip breakfast, leaving him tired and hungry by mid-morning. He gained 15 pounds, struggled with stairs, and worried about keeping up with his grandkids. His low energy made him withdraw from family outings, and he feared becoming a burden. After learning about protein's benefits, John switched to a Greek yogurt parfait with nuts and berries. Within weeks, he felt more energized and lost 5 pounds. After 3 months, he was stronger, climbing stairs easily, and playing soccer with his grandkids. His confidence soared, and he rejoined a local hiking group, feeling connected and youthful. John's story shows that a small change can yield life-changing results. Overcoming barriers to a protein-packed breakfast. Starting a new habit can be challenging. Here's how to overcome common obstacles. Lack of time: prep ingredients the night before, e.g., chop veggies, portion yogurt, or choose no-cook options like smoothies. Cost concerns: buy in bulk, e.g., eggs, frozen berries, or use affordable proteins like beans or peanut butter. Lack of appetite: start with small portions, like a half serving of cottage cheese, and gradually increase. Taste preferences: experiment with flavors, e.g., add herbs to eggs, cinnamon to yogurt, to find what you love. Forgetting, set a reminder or link breakfast to an existing habit, like morning coffee. Why this habit is a game changer. Eating a protein-packed breakfast is a simple yet powerful way to take control of your aging. By fueling your muscles, stabilizing your energy, and supporting your heart and brain, this habit directly combats the fears of physical decline, fatigue, and disconnection. It's a 10-minute investment that delivers hours of vitality and years of health. Paired with the stretching habit from Part 3 and the gratitude practice in Part 5, it forms a morning routine that empowers you to live stronger, longer, and happier. Tomorrow, try one of the breakfasts above. Savor the taste, feel the energy, and know you're building a foundation for a vibrant future. For seniors aged 50 to 80, the morning sets the tone for how you experience the day, physically, mentally, and emotionally. As explored in Parts 1 and 2, harmful morning habits like starting with stress or neglecting mental warm-ups amplify fears of aging, isolation, and declining mental health. Parts 3 and 4 introduced physical habits, gentle stretching and a protein-packed breakfast, to rejuvenate your body and fuel your energy. Now, we turn to the third transformative habit, practicing gratitude. This 2-minute morning ritual can calm your mind, reduce stress, and foster joy, directly addressing the emotional and social fears of aging. In this detailed exploration, we'll uncover why gratitude is a powerful tool for older adults, how it counters the mental and emotional toll of aging, and how to implement a simple, sustainable practice. Backed by science and real-life stories, this habit will empower you to start each day with optimism, resilience, and a renewed sense of connection. Why gratitude matters for seniors. Aging brings not only physical changes but also emotional and social challenges that can weigh heavily on your well-being. Retirement, health concerns, or the loss of loved ones can lead to feelings of loneliness, anxiety, or purposelessness, fears highlighted in Part 2. The morning is a vulnerable time, as your mind wakes to the day's uncertainties. Starting with stress, such as worrying about health or scrolling through negative news, floods your body with cortisol, a hormone that accelerates aging and dampens happiness. Gratitude offers a powerful antidote, shifting your focus from worry to appreciation and fostering a mindset that uplifts your spirit. Gratitude is the practice of intentionally recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small. It's not about ignoring challenges but about finding moments of joy and meaning amidst them. For seniors, this practice is especially impactful because it counters the emotional vulnerabilities of aging, strengthens mental resilience, and deepens social connections. By dedicating just 2 minutes each morning to gratitude, you can transform your emotional landscape, reduce stress, and embrace your later years with purpose and happiness. The science behind gratitude. Gratitude has profound effects on the brain and body, supported by decades of research. When you practice gratitude, your brain releases neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which boost mood and reduce anxiety. A 2017 study in Scientific Reports found that gratitude practices increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the brain region linked to emotional regulation and decision-making, improving mental clarity and resilience. This is crucial for seniors, as aging can reduce the brain's ability to manage stress, increasing the risk of depression and cognitive decline. Gratitude also lowers cortisol levels, the stress hormone that, as noted in Part 1, breaks down muscle, weakens immunity, and accelerates aging. A 2016 study in psychosomatic medicine showed that older adults who practiced gratitude had lower cortisol levels and better heart health, reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease, a leading concern for those over 50. Additionally, gratitude enhances sleep quality, which is vital for mental sharpness and physical recovery, as poor sleep exacerbates fatigue and mood issues. Perhaps most importantly, gratitude fosters social connection. By reflecting on people or experiences you're thankful for, you strengthen your sense of belonging, countering the fear of isolation. A 2020 study in the Journal of Positive Psychology found that gratitude practices increased feelings of social support among older adults, reducing loneliness and improving life satisfaction. Addressing the fears of aging. The fears of losing mental sharpness, emotional stability, and social connection, Part 2, are deeply tied to the emotional challenges of aging. Gratitude addresses these fears by reducing stress and anxiety. Lower cortisol levels calm your mind, easing worries about health or finances. Boosting mood, gratitude enhances happiness, countering the fear of depression or purposelessness. Improving mental clarity, a calmer mind improves focus and memory, reducing fears of cognitive decline. Strengthening relationships, gratitude fosters positivity, making you more engaged with family and friends and reducing the fear of isolation. Enhancing resilience, a grateful mindset helps you cope with aging's challenges, restoring a sense of control and purpose. By starting your day with gratitude, you're not just nurturing your emotional health, you're building a foundation for a fulfilling, connected life. The dangers of starting with stress. To understand why gratitude is essential, consider the consequences of starting your morning with stress, as discussed in Part 1. Many seniors begin their day by checking phones for news, emails, or social media, exposing themselves to negative headlines or urgent tasks. Others wake up ruminating on health concerns, financial worries, or family issues. These habits trigger a stress response that harms your body and mind, amplifying the fears of aging. The physical toll of stress. Stress floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline, hormones designed for short-term threats but harmful when chronic. High cortisol levels break down muscle tissue, accelerating sarcopenia and increasing fall risk. They also weaken collagen in your skin, causing wrinkles, and damage the hippocampus, a brain region critical for memory, raising the risk of cognitive decline. A 2018 study in Nature Reviews Immunology found that chronic stress in older adults accelerates immune aging, increasing susceptibility to infections like pneumonia. Stress also strains your heart, raising blood pressure and heart rate. This increases the risk of heart attack or stroke, major fears for seniors given that heart disease is the leading cause of death in the U.S. for those over 50. Poor morning habits, like scrolling through alarming news, exacerbate these effects, making you feel physically and emotionally drained. The emotional and social toll. Starting with stress doesn't just harm your body, it dims your emotional light. Chronic stress leads to irritability, anxiety, or a sense of overwhelm, making it harder to enjoy simple pleasures like a family breakfast or a chat with a neighbor. This can strain relationships, as you may snap at loved ones or withdraw from social activities. Loneliness, affecting over 40% of seniors according to a 2018 University of Michigan study, is often fueled by these stress-driven moments, feeding the fear of disconnection. Stress also robs you of joy and purpose. When your mind is consumed by worry, it's harder to appreciate the present or feel hopeful about the future. This can lead to depression, which affects nearly 7 million older adults in the U.S., according to the National Institute of Mental Health. A morning routine that amplifies stress sets a negative tone, making aging feel like a battle rather than an opportunity. Designing your 2-minute morning gratitude practice. Gratitude is a simple, flexible practice that requires no special tools or skills, just a moment of intentional reflection. The goal is to spend 2 minutes each morning focusing on things you're thankful for, setting a positive tone for the day. The practice below is designed for seniors, emphasizing ease, accessibility, and emotional impact. Whether you prefer writing, speaking, or thinking, this routine can fit your lifestyle and needs. Guidelines for effective gratitude. Follow these principles to maximize the benefits of your gratitude practice. Be specific, focus on specific people, moments, or things, e.g., I'm grateful for my daughter's call yesterday, rather than generalities, e.g., family. Keep it positive, reflect on what brings joy or comfort, avoiding negative framing, e.g., I'm glad I don't have ascertainable ****. Focus on what you have, not what you lack. Stay consistent, practice daily, ideally first thing in the morning, to build a habit. Combine with breathing, pair gratitude with deep breathing, inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, to enhance relaxation. Personalize it, choose a method, writing, speaking, or thinking, that feels natural to you. The 2-minute morning gratitude routine. This routine takes 2 minutes and can be done seated in a quiet space, such as your bedroom or kitchen. It combines reflection and breathing for maximum impact. Step 1. Settle in, 30 seconds. Sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the floor and hands resting on your lap. Close your eyes or soften your gaze to minimize distractions. Take 3 deep breaths, inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, exhale through your mouth for 4 seconds. This calms your nervous system and focuses your mind. Step 2. Reflect on 3 things you're grateful for, 1 minute. Think, say aloud, or write down 3 specific things you're thankful for. Examples. Oh, a person, I'm grateful for my friend Sarah who called to check on me. Oh, a moment, I'm thankful for the warm coffee I enjoyed yesterday. Oh, a simple joy, I'm grateful for the birds singing outside my window. Spend 20 seconds on each item, visualizing it vividly. Feel the warmth or joy it brings. If writing, use a small notebook or journal. If speaking, say it softly to yourself. Step 3. Close with a positive intention, 30 seconds. Set a simple, positive intention for the day, such as, today, I'll share a smile with someone, or I'll appreciate the small moments. Take 2 more deep breaths to seal the practice, feeling calm and centered. Open your eyes and carry the positivity into your day. Adapting for limitations. If you have physical or cognitive challenges, modify the practice. Vision or writing issues, speak or think your gratitudes instead of writing. Memory challenges, focus on 1 or 2 gratitudes, or use prompts, e.g., what made me smile yesterday. Time constraints, shorten to 1 minute, focusing on 1 gratitude and a few breaths. Emotional barriers, if gratitude feels hard, start with neutral statements, e.g., I'm thankful for my cozy blanket, and build from there. Sample gratitude journal entry. Date, April 17, 2025. 1. I'm grateful for the sunny morning that lifted my mood as I sat by the window. 2. I'm thankful for my grandson's laugh during our video call last night. 3. I'm appreciative of my comfortable chair that supports my back. Intention, today, I'll call a friend to catch up and share a laugh. The benefits of morning gratitude. This 2-minute practice delivers immediate and long-term benefits that directly combat the emotional, mental, and social fears of aging. Immediate benefits. Reduced stress, deep breathing and positive reflection lower cortisol, calming your mind and body. Improved mood, dopamine and serotonin release boosts happiness, setting a positive tone for the day. Enhanced focus, a calmer mind improves concentration, reducing morning brain fog. Increased energy, lower stress preserves energy for daily tasks and social activities. Long-term benefits. Lower depression risk, regular gratitude reduces symptoms of depression, fostering emotional resilience. Better heart health, lower cortisol and blood pressure reduce cardiovascular risk. Improved sleep, gratitude promotes relaxation, enhancing sleep quality for better recovery. Stronger relationships, a positive mindset makes you more engaging, strengthening bonds with family and friends. Enhanced cognitive health, gratitude supports brain function, reducing the risk of cognitive decline. Emotional and social impact. Gratitude doesn't just lift your mood, it transforms your relationships and sense of purpose. Feeling happier and calmer makes you more patient and present with loved ones, reducing the fear of disconnection. You're more likely to call a friend, join a community event, or share stories with your grandkids, fostering connection. The sense of purpose from gratitude counters the fear of purposelessness, helping you find meaning in small, everyday moments. This emotional resilience empowers you to face aging's challenges with hope and strength. Real-life impact, Susan's story. Consider Susan, a 65-year-old retiree from Florida. After retiring, Susan felt lonely and anxious, missing the structure of work and worrying about her future. Her mornings began with checking news on her phone, which left her stressed and disconnected. She feared growing distant from her family and losing her zest for life. After a friend suggested gratitude, Susan started a 2-minute morning practice, writing 3 gratitudes in a notebook. At first, it felt awkward, but she focused on simple things: her garden's flowers, a neighbor's kind wave, her cozy bed. Within a week, Susan noticed a shift. She felt calmer and more hopeful, with energy to try new activities. After a month, her anxiety eased, and she started volunteering at a local library, where she made new friends. Her gratitude practice also deepened her family ties. She began calling her kids weekly, sharing positive stories that brought them closer. Today, Susan feels fulfilled and connected, and her fear of isolation has faded. Her story shows that a small habit can spark profound emotional and social change. Overcoming barriers to gratitude. Starting a gratitude practice can feel challenging, especially if you're stressed or skeptical. Here's how to overcome common obstacles. Feeling unnatural. Start small with 1 gratitude and focus on tangible things, e.g., food, nature. It gets easier with practice. Low mood. If you're feeling down, acknowledge it, then find a neutral gratitude, e.g., I'm thankful for my warm house. Positivity builds over time. Lack of time. The practice takes 2 minutes, do it while waiting for coffee or sitting in bed. Forgetting. Set a phone reminder or link gratitude to a habit, like brushing your teeth. Skepticism. Trust the science. Studies show gratitude works even if it feels forced at first. Commit to a 7-day trial to see results. Why this habit is a game changer. Practicing gratitude is a simple yet transformative way to take control of your emotional and social well-being. By reducing stress, boosting happiness, and strengthening relationships, this 2-minute habit directly combats the fears of loneliness, depression, and purposelessness. It complements the physical habits from parts 3 and 4, stretching and protein-packed breakfasts, creating a holistic morning routine that nurtures your body, mind, and spirit. Together, these habits empower you to age with resilience, joy, and connection. Tomorrow morning, take 2 minutes to try this gratitude practice. Breathe deeply, reflect on 3 things you're thankful for, and set a positive intention. Feel the calm wash over you, the spark of joy ignite, and the sense of connection grow. You're not just practicing gratitude, you're building a life of meaning and happiness, one morning at a time.